day from Central Florida, USA. Welcome to Powerful Couple Journey, our live video today. And I'm really trying to do our series for the J1 waiver for J1 teachers looking for ways on how to waive their 212E rule to your home residency requirement. I have like wanting to do like 30 days series, and please be with me as we go along and help our J1 teachers navigate on the different kinds of waiver at the same time learning which is best for them. This is based on my own experience. I am not an immigration lawyer. I'm just going to be clear with you on that one. Hopefully, you will be with me as we dive deep to this five kinds of J1 waiver which we can establish, especially if we know we have grounds for this one. First things first, we're going to break down the five legal bases for J1 waiver, which is the number one, the easiest, supposedly, the no objection statement. Each country can do this one, but with the Philippines, the no objection statement is only favoring to those that have humanitarian reasons. We already had a J1 teacher who did this for, unfortunately, they have like problems health wise and it's really extreme, and they even have a lot of denials at first, but they really pursued till they got the no objection statement through their mail. And from other countries, it's easier for you to do that, especially if you know where to go. Just go and communicate with your exchange visitor program committee in your home country. That way you know the process. The second one is persecution waiver. How can you submit persecution? It has to be with legal basis that you are persecuted in your home country. Just like, for example, if you got married to another same sex, which is a same sex marriage, and you don't want to go back to your home country because you have fear of persecution, then the persecution waiver will be for you. And please back it up with a lot of documents. Next will be the interested government agency. This will be based on the thing where there is a Bureau of Indian Immigration, Bureau of Indian Education, who is going to be with you on the process. However, they said during this administration, it has to be put on hold and they need to wait for further information, even though they paid for a private lawyer, but their papers have been put on hold. Thank you for the like, for the share. Thank you so much for watching this live video. And please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey, for immigration process and for ideas about living here in the US. Next, we have to talk about other ways to get your IGA waiver, which is the Interested Government Agency. That is either the BIE school, Bureau of Indian Immigration, or it could also be Indian Education, rather, or it could also be the Department of State. Like, for example, it might be pertaining to a J2 that is already at the age of 21, got married to a US citizen, and then no longer part of the 212E rule based on their parents' J1 visa. So there are a lot of jargons with this topic. You just have to know who to consult, especially if you're looking for legal advice. And that should be done through an immigration lawyer. The next thing we have to have is the Conrad 30, which is pertaining to the medical students that are under, studies in medicine. For teachers, the ones that we are really looking now, especially in my case, we did the exceptional hardship with my US citizen spouse. It's not easy. It will take you 18 to 20 months in the process, but at least you're staying with your US citizen spouse as they are doing their life with you, you're commingling. So exceptional hardship right now, it's like they said, it's like a booming thing in immigration. I even called one of the Florida associations because I really wanted to share ideas to our J1 teachers as well, and for those that are seeking for immigration process. So they said that immigration is booming right now. However, you need to know which one to file and what are the things that you have to sustain, especially that you need to do pay for all of the forms. Like, for example, in my case, I got married to my US citizen spouse. We filed an exceptional hardship to my US citizen spouse, even though the waiver will be given to me. So it's showing how hard it is if there are 2 points. Number one, if your US citizen spouse will have to stay here in the United States while you are going to fulfill your 2-year home residency requirement in your home country. Second point is if you and your spouse, US citizen spouse, will have to go back to your home country and spend the 2 years there to fulfill the requirement. So that is a scenario that you're going to point out and then have grounds for waiver. Think of the totality of circumstances. I always say this as an umbrella. Think of this as an umbrella. Your grounds for waiver could either be financial hardship, economical hardship, which is connected to financial hardship. You need to have your emotional, psychological hardship. You need to have career or, again, financial hardship that is connected to that one, language barrier, poverty, crime in the home country, and think of other ways that, let's just say, employment hardship that you could think of connected to your exceptional hardship. Why is it called exceptional? Because it's just not about um, the severity of, let's just say, mere separation. They don't want you to have that because everybody can be separated and it's not that extreme. So show them that it exceeds the mere separation of the spouse, US citizen spouse, to the J1 visa holder with 212E rule. And here's the point that I always want to tell you. If only our home country has no stamp for the 2-year rule, we don't have to go all through this J1 waiver. Unlike any other countries, the Philippines does make sure that we have to take heed of the agreement of the J1 Teacher Exchange Cultural Program, which is very good. However, we know that opportunities come our way, especially if you're single and you have found the love of your life. Some J1 teachers is even in a dilemma. Even though they got married to their US citizen spouse, they got their US citizen child, but still they are required to go back to the home country to serve the 2-year rule. That's why they're hiring lawyers. They want to fight for it. But make sure you have very strong, compelling evidences for these forms. The forms that you have to submit, granting you're married to your US citizen spouse, are the following. Let's just say you are on your 4th year extension, which is a very nice time to do. You got married on your 4th year, then you have your extension, and then this is the time for you to file. File your Form I-612, which is the foreign waiver submitted to the USCIS. This is worth $1,100 right now. This is the form that you have to submit physically, mail them to their service center. Go to uscis.gov to know the process. The next thing you have to submit is the DS 3035. DS stands for Department of State and their number 3035. This is going to be $120. This is the foreign waiver submitted to the Department of State. Why do we need to have these two forms? Because it is a requirement, and these two, the USCIS Form I-612 and the DS 3035, work hand in hand to know if you are deserving to get that waiver, if you can prove that there's an exceptional hardship. So the content of the Form I-612 is the same with the content as with the DS 3035. The only difference would be their service center, where you submit them, and the wordings, especially that with the Form I-612, of course, you're going to use Dear Mr. Immigration Officer or Dear Immigration Officer. With this one, you're going to say, to whom it may concern, or to the waiver review division. This is what you're going to have to do. And the process for this, the SR35 has to go through with the travel.state.gov, and they have their own way for you to submit it online, and the rest of your evidences will be submitted through your paper filing. So like for example, um, with the Form I-612, we're gonna talk more about Form I-612, okay? So like for example, you have your Form I-612 already, and you wanted to file this one. Make sure you have your statement of letter from the J1, statement of letter from your U.S. citizen spouse. You have to have letters from friends and family, co-workers, even your pastor, because we did that, to tell them that there's really commingling and you love each other and you don't want to be separated with one another because you already established that relationship. And it's so hard to break that bond. So with this form, you have to insert all your evidences like bank account statement for your financial hardship, your monthly budget for this one, and you have to have all your evidences as well, like psychological evaluation. At least 3 sessions is very important to have that. We are blessed to have our psychological evaluation given to us ahead by our psychotherapist here in Florida, because my husband has already been with the sessions for several times. She only had to give like dates for that, for the session, and then we have a psychological evaluation. That way we can stipulate in our Form I-612. So we are going to be focusing on the exceptional hardship based on the 5J1 waiver category we have, okay? So how about career hardship? Do the employment, do the verification. That way you can really tell that your spouse is going to have a hard time working if he has to go back to your home country or go to your home country to fulfill the 2-year rule with you. So think of those circumstances. And once you have all your papers, if you wanted to know how we did it, you can visit powerfulcouplejourney.com. This is where we have our templates, our bundle, where we show you the step-by-step process from the very beginning with the pictures and videos, one of which is the Form I-612. We have everything there. We also have the DS3035. Go visit powerfulcouplejourney.com. Or if you wanted to have more ideas, go to J1 Waiver Helping Hands group. It's free. Just agree to group rules, and I, as your admin, will accept you immediately. That way you know about how to do the J1 waiver. And if you have friends and family, please gather them and let them know that Emmary is doing a live video every single day, Monday to Friday right now, just to make sure I'm giving you ideas on how to do this, because it's better to suggest and give ideas rather than not knowing at all. And don't rely on your own guts. Don't rely on your immigration lawyer. Rely on sources and rely on your documents. Those are very important. So like for example, you have your Form I-612 already. We're going to have this yellow envelope. This is what we use to put our evidences. So like for example, we have evidences for your Form I-612. So what we did was, with this form, with this yellow form and envelope, we put application packet Form I-612 waiver for foreign residence requirement. We have that. Then we put everything in this envelope. Just make sure you have your labels too. So you have that. You put it there. And as far as I can remember, it's like almost 500 pages. We have like 3 separate mailing yellow envelope for this when we mail this one. And we really had the tracking number. That way we know where our papers will have to go. So make sure you have all it covered with name, and you put their Form I-612. Okay? That's how easy it is. and then put their packet one, and then another yellow envelope packet two. So make sure you have that one. So we mail the Form I-612. We also mail the DS-3035. So make sure you have that one. If you wanted to know more about the process, again, please visit powerfulcouplejourney.com. We have a lot of templates to show you about Form I-612, DS-35. We also have Form I-130, and most or some of our templates we have are free. That way you'll know the step-by-step process. I would like to give ideas and share it to you because if you pay for an immigration lawyer, it's going to be around $5,000 to $20,000. And if, as much as possible, if you have a very strong, compelling case and you know your timeline, it's easy to do this. Just a matter of prayer and doing your own due diligence. So this channel, Powerful Couple Journey, is really dedicated to give you ideas on how to do this one. I will also give live videos, scenarios, and how to do this. Some ideas of our group, Powerful Couple Journey, from the J1 Waiver Helping Hands group will be shared in this YouTube channel. Make sure you always here to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified of our next long form video, our live, and our shorts videos. That way you will be given a chance as well to really know about this process because our channel is really dedicated to give you more ideas on how to do this on your own and really dedicated on how to navigate your own J1 waiver. If you wanted to communicate with me, go to Emmary T. Powell in my Facebook account. Do message me through Messenger because I'm always active in there as long as I can give ideas and sharing this to the people that who really cares and giving me a lot of um, inspiration as well to keep going. I already have like followers and friends that are really helping me and motivating me to do this to give you ideas because I am so thrilled that we have some J1 teachers, especially Filipinos, who are really there to support, to share, and to give their comments as well because they also wanted to get their own J1 waiver, practice their skills here in America, and to become a productive citizen, being a legal permanent resident from being a J1 teacher to a green card holder, and soon will become a US citizen in the United States of America. Dream and think big because here in America, everything is possible. The opportunities are endless, and we are really looking forward for you to thrive, to grow, and bloom where you are planted. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you will be notified on our next live session. We will do this every 6:30 in the evening, Florida time. And wherever you are in the United States, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey. Thank you so much. God bless and see you in my next video. Have a great day.